fresh meal, all locally grown, crackling fire, and then the rolling Welsh hills with sheep. Bah!
I'm Jack, a director, filmmaker, and environmentalist. And I'm headed out of the concrete jungle that I call home for a series of wild weekends. I will be going naked though, is that a problem?
Not at all.
Great. Canopy and Stars will be putting us up in tree houses, beach huts, and cabins, along with pointing us in the direction of some of the UK's best hidden gems, all just a few hours from London.
6-year-old me would be so excited by this.
For our final weekend, I'm making my way to the county of Monmouthshire in Wales, just across the bridge from England. Home to undulating hills and the Severn Estuary, incredible foraging, and farmland as far as the eye can see, with a rich history shaping its past.
That's what I feel like the comments are just like, what happened to Jack? He saw a castle and he just completely lost it.
Our adventure started at Woodlands Farm, our accommodation for the weekend, and where I was welcomed by a tour from the owners, Charles and Craig.
Go and see the pygmies. Come and see that. We'll start that end and then we'll work our way back.
Starting with the goats.
It was all so charming.
Hello, mate. What's this one called?
The goats, the dogs, even Charles's collection of eclectic garden sculptures.
What's this thing?
This is not a finger, it's not a penis, it's the gherkin.
The super quirky decor, the pristine gardens, the veg patch. That's what I love about coming to these places.
Wow. It doesn't feel like we're in Wales right now. I don't think I've ever seen so many different types of furniture. Red is a strong theme, I'm noticing. If you're gonna stay here, this is how you need to be dressed, you know what I mean? I'm feeling right at home, actually. This is my look.
Tour complete, there was enough time for a slice of cake and the obligatory squabble over who got to sleep where.
There's the boudoir, there's the horse box, there's a hammock, there's the bothy, the bath, and finally, my personal favourite, purely because of the view, the bivouac. Shotgun this, mate. I'm staying here tonight.
Our first stop of the weekend was going to be a good one. I was off to meet Chloe, who runs Gourmet Gatherings.
Do I put it under my arm like this?
Sure, that makes you look more authentic. I could give you a walking stick as well.
I would like that.
That'll do.
Chloe is a forager and wild chef who sources wild ingredients for restaurants and would guide me in my first edible adventure.
We're incredibly lucky here in Monmouthshire that we've got some of the best foraging in the whole of the UK. First thing that's caught my eye is this. Wild spinach, sea spinach or sea beet. Do you see how beautiful this spinach is? Have a little nibble.
Just put it straight in my mouth?
Yeah, we can eat it raw as a salad leaf.
Okay.
Welcome to my wild world.
If you do it, I'll do it.
Yeah, never trust a forager who doesn't nibble with you.
Oh, it's good though. Ooh.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Really peppery.
It's salty,
and like fresh.
rich, full of flavour.
Oh, wait, you literally just don't buy spinach in a supermarket?
No, never.
You just pick it?
Because it just doesn't compare. For these seeds to have taken here and for it to be thriving as it clearly is, it's got to have found the perfect location, it's getting natural sunlight, and best of all, it's just allowed to take its sweet, sweet time to grow. As a result, the nutrition is incredibly superior. I love it just chucked in a pan with a bit of butter, sautéed down, delicious. I would never buy spinach in a supermarket.
You're really blowing my mind. Like
Already?
Yeah,
On the first ingredient?
already.
Cool.
Because like I would walk past that and just think it's like a weed, and I'd have no idea that it's got all these amazing qualities to it.
This was to be a theme of my foray into foraging. I tasted so many plants that I would otherwise just have walked past. Sea beet, sea plantain, even stinging nettles.
As long as you go from underneath like that, you're not likely to get stung.
Stinking bob, ground ivy,
This is all very new to me.
even a plant named after me.
Jack by the hedge.
Gotta try some of that.
I think Chloe was pretty impressed with my tasting vocabulary.
Oh yeah, leafy.
But mustardy, slightly garlicky.
Yeah, I'm getting the mustard.
I had a long way to go in becoming a foraging master.
Mushrooms.
Mushroom! Ooh, like, I don't know if I want to put that in my mouth.
Chloe was an unbelievably knowledgeable guide.
This is quite a nice salad leaf.
That's really nice, that's really
Like it,
fresh.
like it, like it.
I had an amazing morning filling a basket, handmade by Chloe.
Out of willow?
Yes.
Willow and dragon heartstring, 10 inches. With wild green morsels to cook up later.
I feel like I'm a whole new man. I'm going to be foraging my way around Hackney back in London. Right, well, you're going to show me out these woods and we can get back to some sort of civilization and
No, I
cook it
think
up.
I'll leave you here because you're equipped to survive now. You
Oh,
know
yeah.
how to make fire, right?
I've got my basket. I feel like...
Come on!
Back at the farm, Charles had an afternoon treat in store for me with my very own pottery workshop.
Ooh, hello. Oh, it's nice and toasty in here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all of a sudden it's
After a quick demo from Charles,
God, you made a cup just like that. I think I'm going to be a natural.
I think you're going to be an
He
absolute-
had
you'll
one
see that.
major disclaimer for me.
There's an awful lot of innuendo in pottery. It's all a little bit smutty, which of course appeals to my rather sort of, childish sense of humour.
With that said, it was time to don an apron and get stuck in.
Yeah, let's lube them up, lube up the
Get your
hands.
lubricant.
Okay,
Create a hole in the bottom. So
right, no holes in the bottom,
I'm
please.
just going to I'm slightly enlarging your cavern.
Right,
Okay. Slip 2 fingers in there.
right, pop 2 fingers
Pop
in there.
2 fingers in there.
It's too much.
You're going to.
All of your lessons like this. I can see why it's so popular.
I gauge my audience.
Okay.
And take off. What nice, gentle, consistent movement. Right. Towards you, keep coming towards you, keep coming towards you. If you want perfection, go to IKEA, is what I say.
I get why people do pottery. Like, you're working with your hands. Every little movement you make has a big impact, doesn't it?
And it's incredibly creative, and that's the great thing. Each piece you make is unique.
Yeah.
Doesn't need the extra. Look at that.
Wow.
Here's
I'm proud of that.
And so you should be.
There
Jack's
you
2
go.
creations there. Fantastic.
That's
Second is definitely stronger than the first.
Is that a bowl, do you think?
It can be. You
Cigarette.
can put your nuts in
Ashtray.
there.
Yes, and nuts. Well, that is the only pottery lesson I've ever had, but that was the funnest, quickest, and most sexual pottery lesson I've ever had. And now I'm going to take it up as a career. Thank you very much.
Having just about recovered from my first experience with clay, we were keen for some fresh air and thought we'd check out White Castle, an 11th century fortress that Charles had recommended just down the road.
On the back, it looks like it could be a James Bay music video.
Echo! That's mad. This is so cool.
As I crossed the drawbridge and entered the castle walls, my inner 10-year-old on a medieval school trip took over. And you could say I totally lost it.
The enemy is approaching! Archers, at the ready! My lord, my ladies, I've returned! Draw up the drawbridge! I didn't need to steal it! I'm off for a ride! Rapunzel, Rapunzel! Let me out!
He'll wear himself out in a minute.
The camera crew were relieved when I finally calmed down enough to take in the views and enjoy the peacefulness of this part of the world. We were headed back to the farm to relax in one of the many chairs, or sofas, or beds for the evening. A quick serenade on the Woodlands Farm piano, and it was time to spring into action by cooking the crew dinner from my foraged goodies.
So we've got sea aster here. We foraged this morning with the Gourmet Gatherer. We've got some rocket, we've got some red dead nettle, doesn't sting. That's what I feel like this is the thing that a forager does to make sure it doesn't sting. And then this is parsley, given to us by Craig and Charles, who run this place. And then we have some chive here as well. So this is all essentially local produce grown in Wales, and we're gonna make it into a fresh pesto. Grown literally like, I can see where it's grown from here, along with the pygmy goats and the chickens.
After making a pesto Jamie Oliver would have been proud of, we tucked into a team dinner to enjoy the fruits of our labour.
Such a wonderful day. To Wales.
And of course, it wouldn't have been a wild weekend without marshmallows by the fire. And that's it. The end of my adventure with Canopy and Stars. I hope you've been inspired to explore more of the incredible spots that the UK has to offer. The food, the people, and the time in nature that you didn't know you needed. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Yeah, you're gorgeous. Yeah. You want a rubber ducky?